Alright, we're back again. Now, as I was saying, this was basically a very nice CGI 3D remake of the original Ghost in the Shell. And this is part 2 of the series. Next, we're going to go look at a TV show. This is Ghost in the Shell Standalone Complex. It also had its own novel, Ghost in the Shell Standalone Complex, which basically follows the exact same storyline as the anime. And almost a nice shot for shot. It was also made by Kodansha. This is still made by Studio IG, who I love very much, except for when they decide to make certain expensive animes that should not be made. After Ghost in the Shell, there was a second season. I don't have it, but this is Individual 11, Ghost in the Shell Standalone Complex, the second gig. This takes place, basically this is an anthology brought up of the second season, where Section 9 is looking after a man named Kuze, who we'll talk about in the 2017 film, who makes an appearance in this. This was released by Bandai Entertainment and Manga Entertainment, not Funimation. This Anime Legends version was also made by Manga IG, Production ID, GM Bandai Entertainment. Thanks to them for creating this series. Then there was a movie to end the entire series, well, like a season finale. Ghost in the Shell Standalone Complex, The Solid State Society. This movie was made to take place after the events of season 1 and season 2. And this movie is awesome. You have to hand it to the creators and the voice acting talent. So then a few years came by. Nothing for Ghost in the Shell for a while. They still haven't brought out the live action movie. We then got Ghost in the Shell Arise Architecture, or just Ghost in the Shell Arise, just like my hat says. This is Ghost in the Shell Arise, Part 1. This contains Border 1 and Border 2. These are kind of like standalone movies, even though they're actually a TV series. They turned them all into a movie. This is the first part. We then will get Ghost in the Shell 3 and 4 in the second part of the Arise verse. Now there is a fifth movie that I could not find, so that's why I said some of these are going to be in order. But after the Arise universe, some people liked it, some people hated it, to each their own opinion, we got Ghost in the Shell, the new movie. Now, what's great about this movie is the ending, where she shoots the one guy, like in the first movie, which I forgot to mention, but obviously, is a shot-for-shot remake, basically letting you know that they were going to bring out a sequel series, or at least there was going to be supposedly a sequel, or basically a reference to the original Ghost in the Shell movie. Now, after that, there is a new Ghost in the Shell series that's going to be produced by Netflix. It's not going to be coming out until about 2020, at the same time as I'm going to be forced to wait for the Violet Evergarden movie conclusion, even though I watched the special episode. But that will be a review for another time. After this, we got Ghost in the Shell. Now, starring Scarlett Johansson. Now, it's a PG-13 action flick. Apparently, Scarlett Johansson basically plays the Major, although they gave her a completely different identity and name. She fights Kuze, who is the main bad guy in this entire film, and it's almost a shot-for-shot remake of the first film in some areas. I did find it interesting how they basically brought out, or showed how Bato actually got his freaking cool-ass eyes from, like they did in, since they didn't really show that in any of the manga or anything. Every time they show him Bato, he's either part of the Special Forces, or basically the elite. Basically, there's elite guys who go in there. Some Japanese soldiers will go and train with the American Rangers, and they come back and they're super tough. But, did I hate this movie? No. I was a little disappointed, but what can I say? Hollywood tries to take anime and adapt it to things that shouldn't really be made. Let's just take a look at that recent Alita Battle Angel movie that came out. I'm going to take my hat off for now, if you want to see it. And in Japanese, this stands for Mobile Armored Riot Police, which is the original title in Japan. Shiro Masamune said he never really liked that, and he preferred his English translated title to Ghost in the Shell. This was actually also based off of the book, The Ghost in the Machine, which is an interesting read if anyone ever wants to read it. But this will conclude part 2. If I decide to add any more things, I will. I'm still going to have to wait for Ghost in the Shell 2045 because Netflix and making us wait until 2020. I don't know who's going to be voicing it. The Major's been voiced by multiple different actresses over the years, including, although they did make a nice nod in this movie with, and in the following Arise universe with having the Major's voice from the Ghost in the Shell Standalone Complex play the character of Karutsu. Hopefully I didn't butcher that. But I'm going to end the stream here for now. And if anyone else is interested, you guys can check part 1 out, where I showed the original manga and the sort of the Americanized expanded, little bit of an expanded universe, which has some of the stories, as I said before. Each one of the stories, this one was more along the lines of the original, the American Empire, which is kind of cool. And another quick nod. The Soviet Union actually still exists in Ghost in the Shell, so Ghost in the Shell could almost be set in the Blade Runner universe, as well as in the Alien and Predator universes. So yeah, that's actually a thing. But this is Old School Media signing off.